All right, everyone, I think we are live. Just give me a few seconds to make sure that our audio is up. All right, great. I think we are fine. So yesterday we started with this University HacktheBox machine, but we had a lot of technical issues. The live stream has to be cut off into two different parts. So today we're going to start from the beginning and see how fast we can move within 1 hour to 1 hour 30 minutes. Probably we could gain access to the user flag for this University HacktheBox challenge. And just like I mentioned yesterday, this box has Active Directory within it, so we're going to be doing some enumerations and some window stuff. So without wasting much of our time, I think we can get started. So the very first thing we did yesterday was to grab our IP address, and when we take this, I think we should do this on a new browser yet. Okay, so let's use Chrome for that. And I think that's coming up. So while we are having that, I will make sure I spin up my Bob suite so that we'll be able to capture requests. What's happening? Sorry about that. I think yeah, thank you. So I think that is coming up as well. This is just going to take a few seconds. So while that is coming up, I think we can check the Bob Suite configuration to see if we have Foxy proxy configuration all set up. So I think that is okay. We have our Foxy proxy using the Bob Suite port. You decide to use Kaido as well, depending on which one is your personal preference. And while we wait for that, I'll just drop this. It's not going to load, but let's just drop it and see what happens. And you see that we got no internet, and this is actually trying to take us to university.htb, which becomes a problem. So let's just quickly start the Bob. All right, so while we're waiting, let's just take a moment to check the chat section. Probably our chat is okay. I think we're good. Hello everyone, welcome to today live stream. So are we up? Yeah, I think we're up. Yeah, okay, we're up. So I think the Bob suite is up. So what we need to do is, let's just go back and try to load the IP once again. Let's just do this on the new. Okay, yeah, good. So you see that it is trying to resolve us to university.htb, and it happens that our host file does not have this university.htb resolved to the IP address. So what we're going to do is we're going to modify the host file of our machine. So let's just quickly do that. I'm just going to fire up a new terminal, and let's just make this big a bit so we can use sudo sublime /etc/host, since we're modifying the host file. Okay, cool. So let's just append that here. So we're going to put in the IP and university.htb, which is where it is trying to resolve to. We're going to save this, make sure it's saved, and now we should be okay. Let's just refresh. All right, great. So we have our application UI up and running. So first thing I want to do in the background is to make sure that I run preliminary scan on this particular machine. So what we're going to do is use the same terminal. Let's just clear the screen. I think I have a YouTube directory. Let's make a directory called university, and we're going to go into that directory and let's run our scan. So which is going to be nmap script scan, version scan, and since we're dealing with window, we're going to add the -pn, and then we might want to maybe save it into a file called university scan. Let's just call it scan. All right, so that will take a while to scan, and we're able to see all the available important services running on the application. So let's move ahead to something else while we wait. Let's try to see what the application is all about. First of all, we see that this application is termed university, and it has the home page, which is exactly what we're looking at here. We have some map functionality here, I guess. We also have the browse course section here. So we have to be logged in to be able to access that. How it works, let's see what that is. Nothing much, just steps on how the application works. First of all, you need to search for your course, then you need to enroll in the course, then study the course lectures, and if possible take some assessments on the same platform, which is interesting. It's just redirecting us to this page right here. So some information about the application. We have the contact us page, where we can actually send message to admin. What else do we have? And we have register. So we can actually register two type of account. We have student account, we have professor's account. So what we're going to do is let's see the progress of our scan. Okay, I think we're done. So what we're looking at here is the list of all the open ports and their services, including their versions running on them. And we have the DNS here, which is port 53, which is open. We also have port 80, Nginx, which is what is running the web server we just take a look at earlier. We also have 88 Kerberos, we have 135, we have NetBIOS, we have LDAP, which is also interesting. All these are just indications that we're dealing with a window machine here, and of course you can see that we also have port 593 which is Microsoft Windows RPC over HTTP 1.0. We also have LDAP as well, and I think there are some operating system scan which is under the service info, which says that we're dealing with Windows OS, to be precise, Microsoft Windows. And for the script scan, we're able to tell that the SMB2 security mode, which is what we have here, and message signing is enabled and it's actually required, and we have the clocks queued and whatever information, additional information that we do have here. So having known this, okay, we have the port 80 on the application. What we can do is try to interact with this application. The first thing I want to do is I want to see if I can create an account, professor account to be precise. So what I'm going to do is try to create an account. So let's use CTF sec as the username. Then for the email, we're going to use CTF sec. Let's just make this bigger a bit. Okay, good. So we're going to use CTF sec at the domain for the challenge, which is university.htb. Okay, good. So another thing we want to do is the password. We're going to use a very simple password. So let's just go with CTF sec 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then we can do a confirmation. CTF sec 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I think that's correct. I'm going to register. I think the password did not match. So let's just create a very simple document where we can follow along with all these credentials we're using. So let's make this Sublime University. Good. So let's call this professor account threads. So we want to use CTF sec. Let's just call this one username. CTF sec. Password CTF sec 1 2 3 4 5 6. That is what we intend to use. And for the email, we're going to be using CTF sec at university.htb. So I think we should be fine. Okay, good. So I think our account has been created. While we work on that, we might want to make sure that we're just capturing the relevant domain. So I'm going to add the university.htb to scope, and we're going to go to our HTTP history, and what we want to do is to filter to show only in scope item. Okay, good. So I think we're capturing the right domain right now. So let's go back and let's try to authenticate. So remember, our credential is CTF sec. I think that's just what we have. And for the password, let's quickly grab that. Okay, so we have a notification saying, sorry, this account is not activated and cannot be authenticated. So there's an action we need to take for our professor account to be activated, I guess. One other interesting thing that you can see here is you can actually log in using signed certificate, but right now we do not have any signed certificate, so we're just going to be ignoring that for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a student account rather. So let's just use something very similar. So let's call it ctfsec underscore student. Just an indication that this is a student account. We're going to use for the email address as well, ctfsec underscore student at university.htb, and we can use the same password, I guess. So let's just quickly document that. I'm going to duplicate the credential we have for this. So this one is going to be for student account creds. So let's just put that in here, and this is going to be underscore student, and this is also going to be underscore student. Good. Let's go back and let's try to register. All right, so I'm going to sign in, ctfsec underscore student, and our password is going to be ctfsec 123456. Okay, so I think we're in. All right, so we have successfully logged into the student account, and you can see our username right here. So we can just try to click around and see what we can access from here. So we can access the course dashboard under the /courses. We can also access the my profile. We can also access contacts, blogs. Let me just see this one. Okay, contact. What else? Profile. We're currently on dashboard. We can delete accounts. You can also access contact us from this point here. So you can see that we can actually update our information right here. And one thing I will start looking at is, first of all, what is the technology behind this application? So I think Wapalizer will be able to tell us some details about that. And if you check, we're dealing with JavaScript framework with some couple of JavaScript libraries. The web framework is Django. What else? What other informations? We have Nginx, which is already established in our Nmap scan already. I don't think there's any other information that we need right here. All right, good. So first thing that I want to do right here is try to see if I can inject some kind of XSS or any injection payload into some of this input feed here to see if it triggers some action. So first thing I want to do is I'm thinking this other input field, like the last name, emails, might have a limit into what amount of text they can actually accept. So bio is expected to take more text than any of these other input field like username, first name, address, and the likes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be testing some payload right here on the bio. So we want to just test something very simple and basic, which is HTML injection. So what I'm going to do is to inject a simple HTML in here, and let's just use please subscribe and let's just close the tag. And what this is expected to do is to just make the text "please subscribe" bold, to prove that we can actually inject HTML into this particular page. So what we're going to do is fill out other forms. So let's assume this is Olamide, and the last name is, let's say, Junior, for example, and the address is Abuja, Nigeria. So we're going to try to submit this and see how the application is going to behave. Okay, so you can see what happened, that the "please subscribe" is now bold. This is an indication that we can actually use HTML injection on this page. But if we switch this, so let's say we try to use script, something very basic, maybe to just pop up something on the screen. We say "please subscribe," and we try to close the tag, and we submit the same payload. You can see that the word "script" has been cut off the whole payload, which means that there's this particular filtering going on this particular page here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at other functionality of the page while we update it. So let's just have something simple and just say "please subscribe" without any injection in there. If you go to the CTF Sex Student, which is your profile information here, and you're going to see a list of functionalities on the profile here. For example, you have the "My Profile" and you have the "Profile Export." So if we try to use the "Profile Export," you see that this tries to download a particular PDF file called "Profile PDF." So I'm just going to keep, and let's see what that is actually doing. So let's just open this on the new tab. So let me just zoom in a bit. So you can see this is just like the previous injected payload that we used. This is just our credential. Course CTF Sec enrolled in. We do not really have any active course right now. So what this just is to just generate a PDF document containing your profile information, including all the courses that you are enrolled in. So I'm going to close this. So what if, since on the PDF we saw that the script alerts which we used get printed out in the application. So what if we're able to inject a particular payload here that gets triggered whenever the profile export is being used? But first of all, we need to see what kind of technology is used to generate this particular profile picture, and I think we should be able to see that on the captured pop switch traffic right here. So you can see that a post request was actually sent here. The post request was sent, then later on we have another get request which then generate the PDF which is on the profile/PDF. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this post request that was sent. You can see that here we have the address, the name to be Junior. This is when we were actually sending the scripts alert payload. So let's just move ahead a bit. Okay, good. So can I actually do that again? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use "please subscribe." Let's just join this together, and we're going to submit again so that we can actually capture the new post request. Okay, so now when we go to the Bob suite, we now have a new post request which we can forward to the repeater. Okay, so what can we do right here? So we have the first name, we have the please subscribe here, which is the request here. So when we want to inject payload, we can actually use this. So I'm going to just leave this in the repeater right here. So if we go back into the HTTP proxy and we try to generate a new profile export. So I'm not going to keep this since we have already one copy. And let's just go back and see the request that was sent. Okay, good. So you see a get request, and you see that we're dealing with the same engine server, PDF 1.4 report lab generated PDF document. So obviously this PDF document was generated using report lab. So I'm just going to copy this for the benefit of those that doesn't know what report lab is. So let's just try to do a simple Google search on that. I don't know. I think ChatGPT should be able to give us a straight answer for this kind of stuff instead of having to click around on Google and all those stuffs. So let's see. What is report live generated PDF? So let's just go with that. Hopefully we get straight answer. Welcome to the live stream, Hamid Lawal. I'm glad you're enjoying the live. Okay, so I think we got a response back, and it says a report lab generated PDF, simply a PDF document that was created using report lab library, a popular open source and almost commercial extended Python toolkit for creating PDF. Okay, that explains why we saw Django and other information relating to Python when we use Wapalizer to analyze the technology or the tech stack for the application. So here is the breakdown. Report lab is the Python library designed for generating PDFs. When you use its function to build pages, draw text, insert images, and apply layout, the output is a PDF file that can be opened in any standard PDF viewer, which explains it better. If we go back here, now that we've seen the functionality within the application, we could try to up our game a bit by searching for vulnerability on this particular report lab. Probably we have one in the past, and when you do this, you discover that we have one from ActiveWolf, which is CVE 2023-33733 RC vulnerability in report lab. Okay, so currently we do not know if the current version of report lab is vulnerable to this particular exploit, but we'll just check it out anyway. Okay, so let me just make this bigger a bit so that we can have a better view. So on May 31st, 2023, a working exploit has been publicly released for remote code execution vulnerability CVE 2023-33733, impacting Report Lab PF toolkit Python libraries of version prior to 3.6.13. This let me just try to do something very basic while we continue. Let's just do view page source, and let's try to see. So I was just trying to check. Probably we have something revealing the version that we are currently running. Comment. I think comment is telling us anything much. Oh, so there's no information about the report lab. Okay, good. So let's go back. So the researcher of the POC has previously contacted the report lab in April 2023, detailing this vulnerability, and the report lab has released a fix on April 27th, 2023 through report lab 3.6.13. Okay. We have some references to this vulnerability, and I think I can see one from GitHub, so I'm just going to follow that. It's currently loading. Let's see. So we're just going to be heading for the POC, which is the exploit actually, in order not to waste much of our time. So I think this is what we're looking for. With this technique, the exploit code can be rewritten in one line of code like this. This is considered one line X. The multi-line here is just formatting to increase readability of the exploit. The declaration should be read from bottom to top X. Weird, but this is how it works. And you can see that this is a harmful payload because what is just trying to execute, you can see the os.system, the command is trying to execute the touch/tem/exploited, just create a file called exploited here. So we're going to be modifying this payload to actually gain a reverse shell here. And since we know that we're dealing with Windows operating system, so we might want to check out the Windows reverse shell rather than the Linux reverse shell, which is mostly common. So I think I have something relating to that on my other notes. Let me just quickly check that out. Okay, good. I think I do have it here. Python reverse shell for Windows. So let's try to set that up. So we're going to do Sublime. Let's just call it rev shell.py. And I'm going to paste our Python reverse shell. So in case you need this, just comments out in the comment section, and I'm going to actually post the GitHub repository where you can actually find the Python, the Windows Python reverse shell payload. You can as well do some basic Google search to find something similar to this. So what we have here is the Windows Python reverse shell. What we need to do is to do some modification, like in the case of the port and the IP address, and this is going to be your local IP address, which is the attacker's IP address. And you can see my IP address here, right here, which is 10.10.14.229. So we're going to be modifying this to 14, and this is going to be changed to 229. So we're going to retain the 1234 as our ports. And now we can change the mode so that we can execute the file. And when you do ls right now, you can see that our file is executable. So let's see what else we can do. Now, if you go to the payload right here, I'm going to be modifying this already. So I already have a modified version of this particular payload to actually execute reverse shell on the target system. But in order for us to be able to coordinate through this, we need to set up a local server which is able to use call to launch the reverse shell script from our target machine. And to do that, first of all, let's grab my modified payload. Modified payload. So I'm going to use, let's just paste it here. So we're going to call this report lab payload. So this is going to be our payload, and you see that instead of executing the touch /temp/exploited, what we're executing is the .system. We're using call to send a request to, this is going to be our attacker machine, which is 10.10.14.229. yes. So we're going to be leaving this at 444 because that is where we're going to be opening our connection. And we're also executing the refshell.py, which is the Python script we just set up earlier. And this is going to pipe it and then execute Python, and then we're expected to gain our reverse shell. So let's see if it's going to work. So since we have this script already, what we want to do is, okay, yeah, it's here. We might need to, for clarity, we might just need to split the screen into bottom and top. So let me just make both of them bigger so that we can actually see what's going on. All right. So if we're going to use Python to create a server, we can create this server on port 444 here, since that is what we already have in our exploit right here. So you can see it on 444. So we're going to make sure that it's running. So we have our local server, the Python local server, running on port 444. And if we go back, we can then create a listener on port 1234, which is exactly what we have on our ref shell. So you can see that the port is 1234. You can decide to change this, but make sure that you have the equivalent when you are running the command. Whatever port you put into the script should be what you are going to open your port on when you are using Netcat to listen for connections. So I think we're good to go. So what next we need to do is grab this payload. But we can just dump the payload, because when we dump the payload into this bio right here, this might get URL encoded and it might just break our payload. So hello Thomas, welcome to today's live stream. I'm excited to have you here. Let's see if Thomas is still here. Where are you streaming from? Or where are you watching from, rather? So let's see how we can proceed on that. So since we don't want this to break, what we want to do is try to submit this one more time. And okay, so this should be captured on Bob Suite already. Good. So we can send this new copy to repeater. So from the repeater, I think we have the please subscribe here. So we can just single that out and then insert our payload into that section to avoid all the URL encoded stuff. So let's just grab the payload. Let's grab that, and I'm going to dump that in here. Okay, I think we're good. So I'm going to duplicate this in case we experience error when sending the payload. So let's try to send that. Good. So you can see that nothing is currently happening on the HTTP server and on our netcat listener. So when we go to the account name and we try to export the profile, then go back to check what is happening. So you can see that we successfully gain a reversal. So currently we're logged in as who am I? Okay, so we're logged in as wow, and let's try to see what we have listed here. So we have some directory like the certificate authority directory. We also have the db.sqlite, which is interesting as well. What else do we have? Just sorry about that. Let me quickly move this here. Dreams we're chasing the echoes of silent screams, caught in the spell of the cosmic night, where fantasies bloom in the pale moonlight. We'll let go. Okay, good. We have manage.py. We have some PDF file here. We can try to download some of this file. For example, I think I'm more interested in the DB SQLite. So this might probably be the database within the application. So we also have some other directory as well. So for us to be able to download some of this file, for example, we need this particular one right here. So we can use the python-m http.server. Then we can just start a server on, let's say, for 3000. Good. So we can, from our attacker machine, try to download the file, and this is, let's use a new tab for that. Okay, good. So we can download it in here using the wget http. So remember, the name of our target system is university.htb, and we open port 3000 slash, the name is, let's just get that name again. What's that name again? db.sqlite. I think this should be good. I need just a second to move this. I don't know how my monitor keep. Okay, good. I think we're fine now. I guess. Yeah, so let's see. We just successfully downloaded the file. So let's see how we can access this. We can use SQLite 3. Then we can specify the name of the file, which is db.sqlite 3. Then we can access the different tables. And you can see that we have different tables. For example, university course student, university custom user, university department, professors, admin logs, the Django admin logs, content type, migration, auth permission, and a lot of other tables. So what I want to do is I want to try to see, will I be able to access, let's take this for example, this particular table. So if I first of all view the schema, which is university_course, is that correct? Course. Good. So we're able to see the schema that made up this particular university course table. So for example, we have ID, which is integer, and it's set to auto increment. We also have title. What else? We have descriptions, lecture numbers. I don't think these columns are really interesting to me. We also have department IDs. What else? Teachers ID. So we're going to be checking some other table instead. So let's check schema for university underscore custom user. Good. So here we have ID as well. Okay, we have passwords, but I think this password is not going to be in plain text, so it might possibly be hashed. So but we're going to check anyway. So we also have last login, we have usernames, so we're able to see all the usernames. We also have first name, last name, bio, CSR, what else, failed login attempt, joined at, I think image as well. Okay, good. So let's see, can we do, my monitor failed again, so let's just ignore that for now. So let's do select everything from the name is university underscore custom user, think. Oops. I forgot the semicolon, I guess. Good. So you can see that this actually lists everything within this particular university custom users table. So but everything looks so messed up, and we are usually interested in something different. So what's wrong with this monitor? So let me just switch it. Just a second, please. To extend it. Okay. Okay, I think we could, no, not yet. So we might want to try to see what we have. So I'm thinking this will be the ID. This is going to be the hash. That's for the password. This will probably be maybe dates, maybe login dates or whatever it is. This is maybe username, maybe first name, maybe last name, maybe username. We have some other information depending on the schema which we actually saw earlier. So I might want to focus mainly on, so let's review that last command. So instead of showing everything, why not select username, password, and let's see. Okay, so you can see this is the list of all the accounts presently. But it happens that some of these accounts might be professor's account, some of them might be student account, just like we found out earlier. So what we can try to do is to see if we can probably differentiate between these two types of accounts. So for example, let's pick one of the accounts. Let's take George for example. Does it specify what kind of account George account is? For example, you can see it here, professor. So George is a professor account. I think Carol is also a professor account. So how do we differentiate between professor account and student account? So probably we have a particular description that is used to differentiate, probably something like user type also. Okay, good. So I think I've got an example here. So you can see it, user underscore type, So this is actually specifying the type, so we can say maybe modify the script. Password, username from users, university custom users, where user underscore type is equals to professor. Did I get that correctly? Close the quotes and let's see. Okay, good. I think that worked. So let's grab this. So we're going to call this one all accounts. Okay, so I think I'll fix that. So we have all accounts. We're going to paste that. Oh, sorry, these are not all the accounts. I think these are just professor's accounts. Yeah, so these are professor accounts. So all we're going to do is change that. So all professor account. So we're going to call this all students accounts. So let's see. We are the student account. So we're going to change this. So we just have 2 student accounts. Okay, so of course you can try to crack this, but I think I've done that and it took me more than 30 minutes and I'm not able to see anything reasonable from trying to crack each of these account passwords. So we're just going to be proceeding to do something else. Probably this might be useful later on, probably. So let's go back to where we are currently on the shell we got. Let's exit this. Let's go back here. Can we do exit? I don't know if that's gonna work. Oops. So we need to break the shell and reconnect back. So to do the reconnection is actually easy. All you have to do is start up the listener again and then just go to the UI and try to generate the PDF file again, and this will automatically connect us since we have our persistent payload already on the UI. So let's try to generate that. Okay, good. So I think we're back. What can we do? So we have another directory called CA, so we can try to check that out. CA, which is certificate authority, and we have about 3 files here. We can try to download these files as well. But before that, let me just go back a bit. What do we have in university? Okay, so custom, migration, forms. I think this is what I'm looking for. So let's just download the CA first. So we're going to start another Python 3, Python http.server. So let's use the same port, which is 3000. So we're downloading these 3 files. Just the same process. What is happening? Oh, we can't find that file not found. That is strange. 3000. Python-m http.server. So what's the problem? Everything looks okay. Let's say 3000. Everything looks fine. Let's just run that again and see. Still the same issue. Okay, can we use the IP instead? I don't know why that is not wanted. It's still supposed to be the same thing. Trying to connect. In the midnight glow where the stars align, we lose ourselves in the rhythm divine. Underneath the sky, file not found. What could be the problem? File not found. What could be the problem? Let's try to see what the issue is. Very sure I'm doing this correctly, but since we're getting error, let's try and connect again. I just use port 8000 and see if it's going to work properly.
As we twirl in the magic of the cosmic light, in the midnight glow where the stars align, we lose ourselves in the rhythm divine. Underneath the sky,
Now it's working. So let's call that one make directory CA. Then we're going to copy the root file we just downloaded to CA. So let's remove back here. Okay, so let's try to download the second one. The key, and then the last one, which is SRL. Good. I think we have the 3 files. So let's go back a bit. What else can we do? We might want to just go to, let's do some basic scan. Let's do dir. Let's search the root directory. Let's do in-depth scan. Let's pipe this into find string. Let's just ignore case and look for the word backup. Maybe we have one. So we're going to take this. We might need to break the connection and connect back, since this is not going to put as much. So let's do that again.
just you
Okay, so that command should work here. So what we're trying to do is we're searching for all subdirectories within this particular root directory, and we also added the /a, which include all file attributes, including those ones that are hidden on the system files within the application. So we also have the /b, which is meant to show full parts only within the application, so that we don't have too many verbose information on the screen. So this is going to take a while, and if everything is okay, we should be seeing every directory of files that contain the word backup in it. So we're going to see the path. So while we wait, we'll just listen to the music and check the chat section. Why is this taking forever? Okay, so I think we got something. We've got some Python libraries, backup files, Window Defender update. I say backups. VMware. Okay, so we have a directory called web/db backups. So do we have any other thing? Okay, still searching. Still searching. This is taking a lot of time, so let's try to connect again. So let's go to that directory we just saw earlier, which is the web/db backups. and we have some files which we can try to actually download. I'm not going to be doing that. So what I'm going to be taking a look at is this particular PowerShell script. So we can do type db or just copy that, or the file name rather. So I can see some declaration of source path here, which is the file we downloaded earlier. The destination where the zip file is going to be, I guess. Then we have the executable part where the 7-zip file is located within the system. So this is more of like a backup script. So this file name is going to use this format. So you can see the format: year first, the month, then the day. You're going to have .zip at the back. So that's why we have format like this. So it looks like the last backup was 2024. That should be around April 25th. What else do we have? Then it's going to run this command: 7-zip the path, which is the file, the zip file path as well, and the source path, and it's going to use this password to authenticate. So possibly this is our current user's password, or it might just be any password, but anyway we're going to keep it. Password found. Good. So we have one password found. And what else? Okay. Then it's just going to invoke expression, then the command, and the 7-zip command, which is executing this particular command. Try to use this to check the LDAP. I think we saw LDAP earlier when we did remember. University scan. When we did the nmap scan, I think we saw LDAP here. So we can use net exec LDAP. You can specify the domain name, the IP address 10.10. I think 11 so .39. A user called wow. Remember, we are logged in as wow. Let's say who am I? Who am I? So we're logged in as wow. So password is what we just found. So we're going to try to authenticate. Oh, sorry about that. All not complete. I might want to execute Bloodhound. Let's just see if that's going to work. Bloodhound collection. So DNS server is going to be the same server 11.39. Let's remove the excess dot. So everything looks okay. What am I missing?
In the midnight glow where the stars align, we lose ourselves in the rhythm divine. Underneath the sky painted with dreams, we're chasing the echoes of silent screams. Caught in the spell of the cosmic night, where fantasies bloom in the pale moonlight. We'll let go of all that we know and dance in the stardust gentle flow.
Okay, so I think that's the credential. That's the right credential for that. Wow, web A01337. Okay. What else? Windows 10 server, that is 2019 build 1763. DC as the domain is the exact university.htb, which is what we have earlier. All right, that's fine. Let's just interrupt that. Let's see. So we can also use RPC client and specify the user. This is wow, and the ten dot 11.39. So we can run the enum domain user. So we can get a list of all the domain user here, and so let me just log the system. Just a second. Okay, good. We have the domain users. So the list of the domain users. We can also use the credential we got to authenticate using evil WinRM. So I think the credential we got is for wow, so we can use evil WinRM, then just to execute the command, and this is indication that we're doing interactive interactive shell, and the URL is university.htb, the user is wow, and this is the credential we got earlier from the backup file. So we're going to execute this, and this is expected to give us a shell. Okay, so when you do dir, so I think this is from previous file I have uploaded, because I can't remember when I uploaded this one, but it's fine. Agent.exe. I wonder what that is. Okay, so I think we can also do IP config to see if we have any network, any local network within this system. Okay, yes, we do. You can see that this is our target IP address, and we have another local IP address which is on Ethernet adapter V Ethernet, which is 192.168.99.1 here. So when we try to ping maybe from our local machine, if you try to ping this will obviously work. Let me launch another terminal there. So if we do ping, yes, so we are able to ping this particular one here, but when we ping this one, it will probably fail because it's a local. Yeah. So let's stop this, clear, and let's try to ping the other IP. So you can see that there's no response here. But the good thing is we can ping this locally. So you can send some ping. And I think it's going to respond to that. Okay, good. So you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 ping requests was sent and 0 was lost, 4 was received, which is nice. So since we just discovered a local network here, what we can try to do is to see if we can bring in any tunneling application like either Chisel or Ligolo into the here to see if we can chisel into the application to be able to run code directly from the attacker machine and be able to access it directly. So for today, we're going to be using Ligolo to actually do this. Probably when we start, you're going to see how this works better. So to use the Ligolo, first of all, you have to have it installed. I think they have their official repository on GitHub, which you can check out both the agent file and the actual file itself. So I already have this up. Let me stop that. So we're going to go to the directory where I have my Ligolo, cd Ligolo, and we can do ls. So you can see that we have the proxy file which we're going to use to proxy in. But first we need to do some basic setup like setting before the route we need to do sudo ip tab, I guess. Yeah, so we're going to leave this as R007. You can decide to use anything. I'm going to enter my admin password, sudo ip. We're going to link as well and make sure the Ligolo is set to up, and then we're going to lastly run sudo ip then route this particular IP address, which is what we got internally here on the 192.168.99. So we're going to specify a subnet, just changing this to 0/24, which is necessarily a class C network. So we can then run this. So now when we do iw-config, we'll be able to see the Ligolo which we just created earlier now. But to run it, we need to go to our directory where we have our proxy file and just do /proxy self-cert. That's for self-certificate, and then I think we are good to go. So the next thing is to upload our agent. Where do I have our agents? I think I used this previously when I was solving the lab. University. Where do we have the Legolo agent? So I'm not going to be using the one we have before. So what I'm going to do is let's see, where's the agent file? This is just the certificate, the Legolo, the previous one. Let's see, where do I have it? Agents. Okay, I think this is it. Agent.exe. So what we'll do here is we're going to open a time. Let's go in here. That DIR. Oops, why is that taking a while? It's the same with this one. Let's go back one step. I think it's the general problem. Okay. Okay, good. So can we remove or delete agents.exe? Because I don't know how that's got in here. So I think we've done that. Yeah, good. So we can do upload. Where's the path to the file? Before I start this, can I just, instead of using that, let's just do pwd and grab where the file is and just upload it directly, since we are using WinRM /agents.exe. Failed. That's surprising. Why are you failing? /new agent.exe document or check file name or part. What's the name? What's the name of the file? Agent.exe. That's correct. What shall we do? What shall we do? What shall we do? What shall we do? Okay. So what I can do is maybe, or just maybe, we use something else to download it. So let me just grab a PowerShell command, which we can modify to download that, but we have to start the server now. But 8001. We have to do a bit of modification here. This is going to change to 14. This is going to change to 229 and 8001, since that is the port we're using, and the name is going to be agent.exe. So this might work. So let's see if we got a kickback. Okay, yeah, we did. So our file has started downloading. I don't think the file is much. What's the size? Just 5 megabytes. So I think it's done. We can do dir. Okay, yeah, so we have the file. So the next thing is to execute this agent file. So we can do /agent.exe. Then we can use the connect. Specify our IP, which is 10.10.14.229. We can specify the Ligolo ID. So let's go to, I think, where do we have it? Somewhere here. Okay, so the port is 11601. So we need to specify that. Then we can ignore certificate, and I think that should be fine. You can see connection established. We might want to just grab this in case we need to execute this one more time. So let's just put it here. Ligolo. All right, so since we have our connection established, we could just type, for example, session, and you can see that we just have just one single section, which is 1, and this happens to be a connection from university while at DC. So we just specify 1 and press enter, and from here we can execute command. For example, I think ifconfig, and this is able to display the information we have before, which is, for example, your internal network, which is on interface 0 in this case. We have interface 1 as well, which is the actual IP address of the target machine, and we have our loopback. So those are just the essential network information that we have here. Now, before we're able to access this locally on our machine, we need to start the Ligolo. And now, if we possibly, let's see, ping is from locally, don't need this anymore. So if we ping this now, you can see it is now responding now because we are tunneling through the Ligolo application here. So let's just close this. So the next thing we want to do is we can now perform a basic nmap scan on this local IP which we just got. So we can do nmap, we can do pn, you can even set speed, maybe like T2 or -P, specify specific port, maybe 22, the common port which we have, maybe 80, maybe there's a local HTTP server, maybe it's 443, but I don't think 443 will be inclusive, so I can just omit that. We could also add maybe 445, maybe 139, just the essential port. Then I can specify 192.168.1.1 168.99 then .0/24, which is a subnet. Let's try to see. So the reason why I didn't want to actually scan the entire port is if you have too many requests going into this Ligolo application, it might just terminate the connection which we have. So that is why I decided to keep it very simple. Hello Alex Knight, how are you doing? Where are you streaming from? We're just scanning 4 ports. I don't know why Nmap is taking so many time or so much time, I mean. Running down on battery as well. Let's just make sure we're still connected to this tunnel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and we're going to ping it one more time. So since that's taking like forever, let's just ping to make sure that our connection is still active. Okay, so we're still active. So maybe let's see. Maybe we can decide to use something different, something very fast. Let's see what we can use. I think we can use fping to actually make our scan more faster.
In the midnight glow where the stars align, we lose ourselves in the rhythm divine. Underneath the sky painted with dreams, we're chasing the echoes of silent screams. Caught in the spell of the cosmic night, where fantasies bloom in the pale moonlight. We'll let go of all that we know and dance in the stardust's gentle flow. Dancing in the stardust, we're weightless and free in a world of wonders. Just you and me, lost in the moment. Our spirits ignite.
This is still scanning.
As we twirl in the magic of the cosmic light. Constellations will find a way.
Okay, so let's go with fping. We can use the A tag. We can specify 192.168.99.0/24, and then for the error message we can redirect this into /dev/null here. So we'll be able to see list of active IP addresses within that subnet. So you see, that was very fast. Okay, good. So we have the .2, .1 and .12. So I can take that and let's just add it here. Let's call it hash. The name is going to be active IP local IPs. So now we know we have 3. So we can now just do simple scan on each of them. For example, this one, let's see if it is open for connection. Down, that's strange. So we might probably want to add the -pn there. But let's just finish with this one.
In the midnight glow where the stars align, we lose ourselves in the rhythm divine. Underneath the sky painted with dreams, we're chasing the echoes of silent screams. Caught in the spell of the cosmic night, where fantasies bloom in the pale.
Alright, so instead, since this is also taking a while, why not do -pn, then dash maybe 22 80 445, maybe 80 just some list of common ports. Okay, so you can see that these 2 ports here are open and the SSH happens to be filtered, so I don't think we'll be able to connect through SSH on the .1. So let's check out the .2. Okay, it's also filtered. 80 is also filtered. So that means we could actually access a web UI on this .1. So if I go to my browser here and say .1, this should spin up the UI, which is good. Okay. In the case of the .2, the UI is filtered, so I don't think anything will come up when you do that. So 192.168.99.2, so I don't think that's gonna take us anywhere. Don't think so. So we have one more left, I think, which is the dot 12. Okay, so luckily for us on the dot 12, we have SSH ports open and the rest are also filtered. So it means we can do SSH wow on 168.99.12. So let's run that. What's the problem? Okay, good. So we need our password. Let's hope the password is reused. Okay, good. So we're into the dot 12. So who are we logged in as? We're still logged in as wow. Okay, so let's see something. I think I saw just a second, please. On the YouTube directory, the scan we did earlier, RPC over HTTP 539. So let's just see. So since we're connected here already, we can also try to, I think my Ligolo is encountering some connection reset issue. So we're just going to ignore that for now. What can I do here? Yeah, let's use this one. So what we can do also is to use the Evil WinRM to probably log in 192.168.0.99.2. Since we can't log in through SSH on that, so this is .2. We're going to use the same credentials. And that actually worked. So if I say ipconfig, so we're currently on 192.168.2 here. Then the other one, if I say ipconfig, this doesn't look like a window machine. So this is, I think, Linux. So I can say IPA. Okay, good. So this is the lab 2 machine is a Linux machine, while the other one, which is the 192.168.99.2, is a window machine. And you can see that this is the .12 here. So we can try to see what are the files we have access to here. For example, we have access to documents. Nothing. Some bunch of files. I think we've seen these files before. University Windows, University Linux. CD. I just grabbed the So I think we've assessed this before. We've assessed almost all these files before, so let's just ignore that. What else can we do? What else can we do? Let's check out the other one, which is this one. Let's go one step backward. Let's check out the desktop. So we got a text file on the desktop and it says, "Hello professors, we have created this note for all the users on the domain computer. We have WS1, WS2 and WS3. These computers have not been updated since 10/29/2023. Okay, so that explains why we have the report lab issues. Since these devices are used for content evaluation purposes, they should always have the latest security update. So please be sure to complete your current assessments and move on to the computers, the WS4 and WS5. The security team will begin working on the update and applying new security policies early next month." So Rose Lenosta, so I think this is the help desk team. So let me just add that in case we'll be needing this account later. So who posted that and what does it say? So this is just a note we saw. Hopefully we get our flag in the next 30 minutes or so before we end today's live stream. So what can we do? What can we do? So we can do a more wide search. So instead of having to go into the directory one after the other, let me just go to the root directory. So why not do ls -h to do a recursive scan, and this is just going to list every file so that we can have a better view of all the files before going into the directories. So I think we've downloaded this. I can see settings.view, py and view.py. What else? University Linux, I try to access that. University Linux as well. University Linux. University prototypes. type as well. Okay, so we have University Windows, which is where we got our SQLite, all the other files from. So so there's this particular file here. So let's see. Can we move to this directory? Settings.py. Probably we have some configuration files in there. So we can do cd. Let's add the .download. So let's try to view it. Settings.py. If you try to look at the file, I think we have Django DB model, the use of the certificate authority, time zone, database information, and you can see that I have a password here. So let's just try to see this. So I think that was one of the credentials that we got. Okay. Trying to see. So among all the accounts we have earlier on the system, I think we have George, we have Carol, we have Noah. So let's just try to see. So what I'm going to try to do is we have some credential, which is the certificate, which we can use to some information we can use to sign our certificate. Some files like the root.ca.key. We also have the certificate file, and we also have the SRL file. So what we're going to do is locally on our machine. Am I still logged in here? Yes, I am. So what we're going to do is let's go to the directory for the document first. So we're going to change directory to YouTube, then cd university, then we can have use OpenSSL to create or to request a new key. So let's call it RSA. Let me first of all check what we have here. Are we still logged in? No, this was the previous one. Okay, so this is for the request signed certificate, I guess. Also, we can use the request a signed certificate introduces the signed certificate, a new secure feature that can be used for identity proofing. You can use it for logging without need for credential, deleting your account, uploading new lectures, for professors only. To generate a CSR, certificate signed request, using OpenSSL 2. So let's just take this command here. So let's use their own instructions, but we need to modify, for example, key out. So let's change it to, let's say we're mimicking George. Instead of George, let's use somebody else. I think I saw, let's use Carol. Let's use Carol. So do we have anybody in the chat? I don't think so. Okay. We also have the name. The name is going to be Carol dot, let's just use Carol CSR, then dot CSR, just an indication. We're going to run this. Enter the passphrase. I don't think we need any passphrase for this. What does it say? You must type in 4 characters, up to 4 characters. So let's try to regenerate it. For passphrase, let's just use password. PASSWR. CSR certificate. Passphrase. It's going to be password. Let's use lowercase to avoid complexity. So we need to verify that. Country name, just 2 letters. Do we have any information about Carol in the database? I think we have set the database earlier. I don't think so. So let's just put US as the country name. Or should I not make any assumptions? So let's view bottom and top. I think we have the database file here. SQL. The DB files I downloaded earlier. Okay, it's here. SQLite 3 and DB. Think select all from what's the name? University underscore course. Custom user. I think I can add where username equals to Carol, if I'm correct. So we have information about Carol here. So I'm going to grab this. USA. So we can use US. State or province, you can just ignore that. Locality name or city, Washington. Organization name, what do we use here? I'm just going to use university. Organization unit. I don't think we have any information there. So the common name is going to be Carol, I guess. Email address is going to be carol@science.com. I think that is what is here, if I'm not mistaken. Please enter the following extra attribute, a challenge password to be sent with your certificate. I don't think this is really important. So let's see if it has been created. Of course, it has been created. All right, cool. So, having generated our CSR file, what we need to do is to try to sign it using the root CA that we got, the certificate we got earlier. So we can use the open SSL. I think that should be included in the I don't think so. So I'm just going to take this, the one I used earlier, and I'm going to modify it because of time. So we're going to change the name to Carol. We're signing in with the same key. And the name is going to be carol.pem. I think those are just the essential things. But we need to make sure these files are in the current, all these files are in the current directory, like the Carol CSR file and the old the root ca.key, the root.cart as well. So let's go make that modification. So we're going to go to document, YouTube. Let's take those two files. I think these are the two files, the key and the CRT, I guess. So we're going to copy it and make sure it's in the current working directory, which is in the university directory. So let's put it here. Okay, good. So now we can copy this command again. Now we should be able to run. So I think we're good. Let's see. Do we have our PEM file? So we have the PEM file. So now we should be able to log in with Carol account, having forged this certificate authority file. So we can try that to see if it's going to work. So let me try to log out this particular student. Hope I have, okay, I think I've done this before. Yeah, good. So I'm going to log out. And then we're going to log in using signed certificate. YouTube, carol.pem, and let's see if it's going to work. Okay, I think it did. Now we are logged in as Carol. You can see Carol's profile picture. This is his last name. Department is software engineering. And as a lecturer, so I think this is a lecturer account. We can do much more than just a student account. For example, we can change our public key here. I think which will be .asc, I guess. So to export your GPG public key, you can use your GPG export, the username, and then your .asc. Please note that providing an invalid GPG will prevent us from verifying and uploading lectures. Okay. So what can we do in this case? What can we do in this case? Okay, so we need to upload a GPG public key file in this case. So I can use GPG. The real name is going to be Carol, I guess. The email was, I think we got the email earlier. Real name Carol, email, you selected this user ID, change name or email or okay. I think all is going to do just fine. Password, we're not going to set any password. Please enter the passphrase to protect your new key. Enter new password. Yes, protection is not needed. I do not intend to enter any password, please. It is not needed. Okay, good. So do we have... Sorry about that. We have Carol key. Okay. I think everything is okay at this point. So let's try to export just like the site said. So just like the site said, we can try to export Caro to the name. So the name might be just gpg.key. Let's just change it to gpg. I think everything looks correct. Or we can just say GPG just to be sure what it is. Caro GPG. We can add that this is a public key. So let's see, was it generated? Okay, so I think this is it. So we can try to upload that as well. What is our public key? Public key ASC. Yeah, I'm going to submit that. Okay, so that's uploaded successfully. So we're going to go to course list, and let's see, do we have any course created by Caro? I'm sure we do. Yeah, so we have software engineering. So let's try to, can we access it? I think we should be able to do that. Okay, so we can add a new lecture. So to be able to add a new lecture here, we need to please provide the signed lecture zip file, which include the lecture file and all its references, and attach digital signature, that is lecture.zip.zig. Please note that our team will only check .docs, PPTX, PDFs, lecture references, file for the students inside the lecture.zip. So any other file included in the lecture will be ignored. Here's an example of a good lecture file. So let's try to download it. So this is a sample. We're going to keep and say the structure, and we'll use this to refine our payload. So let's see what that entails. Okay, so this is the format here. Let's try to assert one of these references here. So you can see that it tries to use this internet shortcut. So you might want to check what this is. I think our ChatGPT should be able to provide assistance for that. Where are you? Yeah, here. So the internet shortcut is essentially a small file that acts, let's see, do we have, okay, good. It's essentially a small file that acts like a bookmark or link to a website, usually created in Windows. Here's what it means. So you can see that we have something very similar to what we have on this file we just downloaded. So it means that probably whenever we upload a lecture this way, probably there's a bot on this machine that clicks on this URL and try to access this particular part here. So that means if we are able to drop a payload, which we're able to access on this particular link here, we might be able to trigger reverse shell to gain access as that user that click on that particular shortcut key. So let's see how this can be done. So we can try to let's see, I think there's something I want to do first. So what we're going to do is let's check the ones we have access to before. We have access to the WoW lab here, and we have access to the .2. Where's the .2? This is not the .2. This is not the .2. Nope. Nope. Yeah, this is the .2 here. So, for example, we're not able to reach, I think, the .2 or the .12 rather, but what we can do here is we can try to okay, good. And we just exit this. When we ping .12, okay, we can. What about .2? Good. How about .1? Okay, good. What's happening? Is somebody trying to reset the machine? All right. Let me be sure we are still streaming. Okay, good. I think we're still live. What we're going to try to do is upload some of this file. First of all, I want to create something very similar to what we have here. So let's copy this in a new tab. We're going to change the content. So we're going to switch it to file instead of HTTP. So file and then we're going to try to access the C drive, and then we're going to access users slash I think the other account is wow, if I'm correct, and let's say documents slash let's call it just any name, ctfsec.exe, because that's the name we're going to give to our payload. I think those are just the information that we need to add from this point. So I'm going to save this file and we're going to call it reference. What was the name of the other one? The one I just opened now. Let's just use the same name. Should I just save the file? Okay, good. So this is the name we're going to give it. All right, cool. So now we need to generate this payload that we're going to upload to the system, and we're going to be using MS7 for that. So let's see. Why do I keep having this request? No. Okay. Do I have the reference file I just created? Okay, yes, I do have it here. So we're going to call it MS7, and then we're going to specify -p. We're going to specify Windows /x64 /shell _reverse TCP. Don't know if that's correct. Our health host is going to be our Linux machine, and if you remember, our Linux machine is this lab 2, so IP so 192.99.12. so we're going to specify that, and then our L port is going to be, did I specify L port on the other one? Okay, yeah, it's going to be 444. let's just use that. And then we're going to need to specify the file to be exe, and then we can give it a name, which is ctfsec.exe, which is the name the payload is going to have. So this is going to take few seconds to generate our payload for us. I think there's an issue. Sorry about that. Was supposed to, I think, add equals to here. I think that's how MS Venom works. Okay, I'll try it again. Okay, let's verify we have our file, which is ctfsec.exe. So now all we have to do is to upload this file to the .2 machine. So we're uploading this one. So this was the .2, if I'm not mistaken. So let's just exit. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to grab this first, just to make our upload a bit more easier. So I'm going to go to Document, CD YouTube, CD University. Make sure we have all the files we need here, and then we're going to say Evo Winara. We're going to try to log in from here so that we can just upload directly without specifying the file path. So remember, we're trying to upload this particular payload into the document directly, just like the way we specify here, this part. So inside the document, we're going to use the upload ctfsec.exe. I think that should upload just fine. So upload successful. Good. So that has been uploaded successfully. So the next thing we want to do is to format our payload, which is the reference file, to take this actual form here, .zip format, because that is what we're going to be uploading. So we're going to stop this server that we just created. So I'm going to use remember, this is the file we want to modify now, right? So we're going to say 7-zip. We're going to specify the U flag and then we're going to use a new name for it. So let's just call it maybe lecture dot zip. Then we're going to specify the file we want to zip. Reference. So I think that is a way to go about it. So now we have lecture.zip. So remember, it also said that we need to create a signature for the file. So I think there's a command which we can use right there to create a detached signature file. So we're going to use this one. The file part, this should be file part for Word. That should be for the zip file, I guess. If I'm not mistaken. GP, then the username, detach. Yeah, that should be the file. Okay, so let's try it. Hopefully it's going to work. Where is this? We have the terminal. Yeah, so this is the lecture file. So we're going to grab the command and just made basic modification to it. So the username is going to be Carol as usual. You can put it in quotes, but I don't think that should stop it from working. And the name is going to be lecture.zip. So let's try it and see. Now we should have the .sig, which is this. So now let's try to upload our payload. So let's call this ctfsec. So we can go to document, YouTube, university. First one to upload the lecture notes, which now contain our zip file for our payload. So the digital sign, which is the new file we just created, still the same directory. So we're looking for the file with the SIG. So this is it. So hopefully this is going to upload. So we need to as well create a listener on port 444 here. Oh, I lost connection. Sorry about that. We might need to re-upload that file. I'm supposed to create a connection before I upload the file, because I think it takes just few minutes to end cards. Let's just leave this open, and we can't really upload the same file again. So what we can do is we can rename it instead. So let's go to the university directory and rename our lecture file. So the signature can still remain the same, but we'll just rename this one to maybe lecture 1, then rename. Then we're going to try to upload it again using maybe the same title or whatever. Now we're uploading. Uploading lecture 1. Lecture zip.sig. Let's make sure okay, so our listener is up. Before we do this, I think there's one other thing we can do. So let's just upload it first to see if we're going to gain connection. But if we do not gain any connection, we might need to modify the permission of that file to be accessible to everyone. So we'll just give it about 1 or 2 minutes to see if we are going to gain a shell. So I think that is taking a while. We're just going to verify that file one more time. So for example, if I say, I don't know if I'm spelling this correctly. Okay, I think this should be one of the reasons. So everyone does not really even have a permission, a full permission. So we might need to modify this. So let's try to modify that. So let's have last command. Let's grant everyone a full permission. to be able to use the file. So let's check that again. So now we have a permission for everyone. Good. So leaving the connection still on, we're going to do the renaming one more time, and hopefully this is going to work. So let's upload one more time. Specify the file, which is in Documents, YouTube, lecture2.zip. The lecture zip SIG, and we're going to upload. So now let's watch. Okay, so I think we have a connection now. Who am I? So you see that we are now logged in as Martins. So we can do C users / Martin.t. That's correct. Okay, good. So we can go to desktop, and hopefully we're going to find our user.txt. So user.txt. Sorry, this is supposed to be Windows, so type user.txt, and we found our user flag. So we've done the first part of this machine. Before we end the stream, so let's try to see what do we have in the lecture. Nothing. Okay, so let's see. I think we should be able to end today's stream, and the next time we come back to the stream, we're going to see how we would be able to gain access to the root flag. So guys, thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Okay.